Hello, everyone. I am back with the 11th episode of the SNC podcast, and my name is still Folashade Anozie. Not so sure why I said my name is still Folashade Anozie, because clearly within the span of 2 months, my name could not have changed. But hey, we'll just roll with the punches. All I know is that I'm glad to be back, and I hope everyone has been having a great summer. My summer, on the other hand, was pretty much, non-existent, because I had to study for my bar exam, and I'd like to use this time to say thank you to the people who reached out to check up on me, make sure I was still alive, and to wish me good luck. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Lest I forget, for my oldies, thank you so much for tuning in since day one. I'm super grateful. And for those who are new to the podcast, welcome. Glad that you tuned in. Just to give you a quick overview about the podcast, what we do is that we feature conversations with some of Nigeria's talented, budding, and established music producers, singer-songwriters, and other music creatives. We get to know more about them as individuals and discuss the creative process. We also discuss the Nigerian music industry at large, sprinkled with some insights from a legal and business perspective. The podcast is hosted by myself truly, and new episodes are released bi-weekly on Tuesdays. So don't forget to subscribe and share the word. I'd really, really appreciate that. Well, now that I've brought the new listeners up to speed, let's get back to the show. On today's episode, I have with me music head and critic Tunde Adediran. Tunde is one half of the popular duo behind the music website justlikemusic.ng and the retired Nigerian fan favorite site Should You Bump This. For those who do not know, Should You Bump This at its peak provided a fresh and unique perspective in reviewing Nigerian albums that people just found refreshing, myself included. So I'm glad to have him on the show with me today. Welcome to the show, Tunde.
Thank you very much for having me.
Can I just say that the struggle to get you on here has been no. Like
I think they blame for everything.
Like really though. But anyway, I'm glad that you are here today. So thank you so much for being on here. We have a lot of ground to cover, but I want to definitely start with your background. For those who do not know who you are, can you tell us a bit about yourself and how your love for music developed?
Long story, short story. Okay, let me give you the middle story. Okay, my name is Olatunde Adediran. I'm a music curator, blogger, an all-round pop culture guy. I recently gave myself this AKA, the auxiliary chord god, because I think I have a very nice taste in music, and I've proven it through my auxiliary chord skills. I think my love for music, I don't know. You know how people say like music found me? I think music just found me. I was just that guy that I can clearly remember me taking or borrowing my uncle's McHammer cassettes. I don't know, for the millennials, I don't know, Google cassettes, you know what cassette means. Yeah, like I found this McHammer cassette, and like to me that was it. Like I just fell in love. So I had to go back, like from there, like I found different genres of music. Just that McHammer tape was what did it for me.
Okay, so McHammer had a was instrumental in your love for music.
Yeah, that's why. Let me just. That's why sometimes when people say like commercial music, like hip hop is getting too commercial, like I just laugh, because if it wasn't for McHammer, I probably wouldn't have like discovered hip hop. And that time McHammer was like commercial. Although I didn't know like McHammer was commercial, people were abusing it, it's commercial, it's not lyrical, but that was what made me find hip hop. So to me, like I think we should leave hip hop as it is, let people go commercial. Let everything, let the spectrum widen. So that's it for me.
Because I was about to say that, isn't it ironic how people like diss McHammer now and say he's whack? And I'm like, I love McHammer. Like,
I do.
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead.
Yes, I do. Like, so now the Lil Yachis, the Quavos, just let them be. Like, let them make music. You never know, like, who this culture is going to touch. Do you get? So, I have nothing against commercial hip hop.
But what about the other side of people who say that, I mean, it's not even about being commercial hip hop. It's the fact that sometimes you can't even hear what some of these new age rappers are saying. And I get that. But then, like, to them, it's not. To them, it's about like let's have a good time. For every Quavo, there's a Dave East. For every
Lil Yachty, there's like a Kendrick. So like, pick your poison. Like, hip hop is big enough. Do you get like?
Yeah.
And in rock music and all other genres of music, they don't really have like they don't really argue about who is commercial and who is not commercial. Because in the end, everybody wins. Like Jesus said, no, let the family not feud. Let everybody win.
But I feel like Jay-Z, for every person who references him, he's a billionaire now, but I feel like he should be like a trillionaire at this point because every person like Jay-Z. It's
like a Godfather.
Apparently so.
Everybody's daddy.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to see. It's pretty awesome to see. Did you grow up or did you spend all your time in Nigeria growing up as a child, or you have shuttled between countries?
Yes. So now the only time I shuttled was when I did my masters, but I've been in Nigeria. I've been a Nigeria boy all my life.
Oh, okay.
So like all my life, it was just me, the radio. I was just that kid that used to like stay on the radio, like try to listen to them Kenny's music. Like I used to watch DBN in the night, NBI, and I can't remember this guy's name that recently beat. I don't know if he has beaten cancer, but that guy this is like a show. He had people on Sound Sultan. Yes. I used to like watch his shows. Yeah. There was no music show I didn't used to watch. Yeah. That was just me as a kid. I was like, oh, I want to be like those guys someday, but I don't know, never happened.
Okay, so this is totally random. I have been searching for this guy. Did you ever grow up watching? Have you ever heard? He wasn't a music person, but he had this show I think on DBN. His name is Basharun Balagbado. Did you ever hear about that?
I used to hear the name. I think on Reaper or something.
He used to have this comedy show that was so
Yes, I think it was on Reaper or an NT. I used to hear that name a lot.
Oh my god.
I think it was Reaper. Yes.
It's just so awesome. But anyway.
I was a big radio head. Like, everywhere I went, my radio went with me. My Walkman went with me. Yeah. So Walkman became CD player. My CD player went with me. My MP3 player went with me. Now my phone with my music goes with me. So that's just it.
That's cool. Now, what Nigerian artist did you listen to growing up? Apart from MC Hammer, who's not even Nigerian, but what Nigerian artist is influential?
I started rap-wise or music-wise. Obviously, my parents used to listen to them Shino Peters, them Obey, and the likes. And I think then at rap wise, I listen to them Junior and pretty much if you were popular, I listen to you. You get so. Let me just say rap hip hop wise. I know people are like, yeah, I'm not a hip hop head, but I am a hip hop head. Like I love hip hop to the core, so I will always segue into hip hop. Forgive me. Rap wise was Mode 9. Mode 9 did it for me. Mode 9 was like the god. Even though he has blocked me on Twitter now, which I'm very angry.
Wait, why did he block you on Twitter?
I think we did a review. Well, I can't remember the album.
We're gonna get to that later.
And it was kind of like, but I just said you should just, retire to making beats and just stick to the rap or something like that. Then I think somebody showed him. Next thing I was trying to hit him like, Baba, and I'm like, oh, you've been blocked. I'm like, what? My rap idol blocked me.
Rap idol. We're gonna get to that later because I'm like, today like you show have a history of, so we're definitely gonna get to that. So apart from Mode 9, which other rappers did you listen to? Because I know Mode 9 definitely for all the hip hop heads in Nigeria.
M.I. a lot, Two-Face, all the top guys. M.I. Two-Face.
You like Tribesman?
Like I clearly remember when I was in secondary school. I'm not that old, by the way, for all you.
Okay, sure.
I can remember when I was in secondary school and my friend bought like this Tribesman tape, and that was it. Like I was like, who are these guys? Because then I think we had Idris. I think Idris came before Tribesman. I'm not really sure, but we had like
I think he was around
rap that was the rap was kind of like watery, and for us rappers back then, we already knew what like lyrical rap was. So this rap was kind of like the watery rap. I think it was Rugged Man,
Rough, Rugged and Raw,
or Konga or some people like that. So when I heard Tribesmen, it was absolutely life changing. I was like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
Like, who are these guys? And I was like, okay, it was like a Unilag.
Yeah.
Blah blah. So that was I love Tribesmen to the core.
Yeah, I remember that they used to have this show that there was a show back in the day that they used to feature their music on. It was like a university type of show that I can't remember. I remember that was where I first heard their song. So Definitely tribesmen, you know.
All of the tribesmen, maintain too, like
maintain.
They're just creative, and I'm like, who are these guys? Like, you know. Then you used to have like goosebumps listening to like music, because it used to be like a whole experience when you just slot it like your tape and you just press play.
Yeah.
So that was it.
Yeah.
I listened to everybody.
That's cool. Now let's transition to so I'm going, for those who are listening, I'm going to shorten "Should You Bump This" to SYBT, which is kind of like what it's known. So so if you're wondering like what SYBT is, "Should You Bump This" abbreviated to SYBT. Yeah. So SYBT was officially launched on October 16, 2001. Sorry, 2011. Right. So how did the idea come about? Like how did that come into existence?
Funny story. Okay, not funny story, but it was, we used to have like this BlackBerry group. We still, like, the group has transitioned to, I think, Instagram and BlackBerry. But I'm no longer on BlackBerry, but okay. Long story short, we used to have like this BlackBerry NBA group, and we used to talk about NBA all because I'm a huge NBA fan. Like, so we used to talk about NBA stuff and generally like pop culture and important, like relevant things anyway. So and then there was this strike, like an NBA strike, going to shorten the season. That kind of thing. And there was nothing to do, and I think it was Tito Simons, for people that don't know. But yeah, he just came up with the idea that let's like start a music stuff, since we all talk about music here. And me and Show my partner, the other half. But it's like, cool. Like, so we just bounced around a few ideas. We just came to the conclusion that, okay, let's talk about, since there weren't a lot of people reviewing music then anyway, like it was just a few people, and I personally didn't like the whole, cause me, I'm like more like I don't know if I should use the word schemer, like I just skim through stuff, like I'm not like the reader, like I don't really read stuff like that, like I'm trying to work on my reading skills anyway. I think it was because I studied English and I used to read a lot, so I hated reading. So like punishment. So I was like, let's just shorten this whole review thing. Let's make it fun for people. And there was this guy, this big ghost face guy then that was running on Twitter. I used to like do funny reviews. So I was like, let's just model it in, let's just say it as it is, since people don't really do that kind of stuff here. So, and that was how the idea came about. We opened a blog and we just started. That's it.
So it wasn't like it was a labor of love for the entertainment industry, or was it or would you say it was actually a mixture of both?
Yeah, it was a mixture of both actually, because in the group we used to like say this guy's whack, this guy is this, this guy doesn't have like, you get like this guy's lyrics are this shitty, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so it was just a mixture, but everything just came together at the right time, and we just started. And the first review we did was Ice Prince, and everybody loves Ice Prince. I mean, everybody hates it. I can't remember the name of that, but
everybody loves Ice Prince.
And it was, and the feedback was very great. So from there, we just picked up and started doing it. Okay,
because I was about to say that you read my mind, because that was my next question. Like, your first review was everybody loves Ice Prince, and the response you got was amazing. So I wanted to know.
So it was kind of encouraging, because we didn't think people would like rock with it. So I'm like, and people were like, these guys are funny, these guys are creative, this stuff is new, and we just kicked off from there.
And do you think that if the response wasn't a positive, you and Show would have stopped?
We would still have continued. Kind of like, we're doing it kind of like for us and like a small
group of people,
community, so it wasn't like if people didn't accept, we were still going to do, even if it was like the 4 or 5 guys that were reading it, we'll still have continued.
Okay. Now, like we talked about in the intro. Okay, quickly before I go back to music, what secondary school did you go to?
We went to. Okay, before I say I went to Federal Government College Janiki. Show was also in Federal Government College Janiki. That's what I said we went to.
So you had known each other before.
And I knew him, but it was one step below me. Okay. So we didn't really. But I knew him.
Okay.
But we didn't really used to talk until we got in the group. Then we started talking.
What about uni? What uni did you go to?
I went to Unilag for a while, but I finished in Redeemers University.
Oh, okay, that's cool. No people. Okay, that's nice. Because like you alluded to, like you studied English and
yeah.
So I was like, what school?
I studied English in Redeemers University.
Okay, so it was also English in Unilag as well.
Education English.
Okay, education English. And what was it about English that made you say that was what you're going to major in?
I hated maths. I was like, if you hated maths, move to English or government or something like that. So like that was So I think, but I kind of enjoyed it. I won't lie to you, like, but you know how the education system is. They just load you like, so it just felt tasking. Like it was like you're reading to cram and reading to just pass instead of reading to comprehend and stuff. Reading to learn.
Yeah.
That was.
Now, okay, so let's get back to the music. One of the questions that I have is, so obviously, like we talked about in the intro, you're really into rap and you are a hip hop head.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you already alluded to about how Mode 9 blocked you. And I remember that at some point there was a story that Cyrus accused your platform of tearing down Nigerian rappers with your reviews. Can you talk a bit about that?
The thing is, what I noticed, like in this, let me call it review game, if you give an artist a bad review, they hate it. If you give them a good review, they like it. So in the end, I think he was just being emotional about it, and I don't think he read the review, because the album he was speaking about, first of all, it was broken into two parts: a rap part and like a singing part.
Mm-hmm.
The rap part for Cyrus the Virus, he had a lot of corny bars. And music is subjective, I know, but like in rap, it's pretty easy to break down, because you are breaking down the lyrics, you're breaking down the beats, and the way the person is rapping, so it's delivery. So rap is like easiest genre of music to review, to me, in my opinion, because it's very easy. Like what you have to break down is already there. Like you're not saying this guy is singing this way, so so you had a lot of corny lyrics, and they were like, okay, this guy is corny, his lyrics are corny, blah blah. But the section where he sang was very good, and we're like, you should stick to this type of music instead of rap guy. But it was like, we used to criticize a lot when people we bring upcoming guys, we bring them down, and that wasn't the case. It's your opinion. If you think something is nice, you say, okay, it's nice. If you think something is whack, you say it's whack. Like, so you get like that. That was just it for us. Like, it was no, I don't know if I can curse. It was no bullshit. Let me put it like that. We just, what we felt, we listen over and over and over again, and we come together and talk about it. So it was just how we felt about the particular. I don't think we held that much power for him to say we were bringing people down. Like, we weren't like a MTV or MTV or BBC that if we say this album is what, nobody's going to buy it. So it wasn't like. So I don't think I think it was emotional. That was why I said all things.
Yeah. Now, two points about that. One of them was the album. Was it that Infiltration album? Was that
Infiltration? Yes, yeah. Infiltration album.
Okay, all right. Because I remember I actually purchased that album.
And the thing is, he had done a show. I think I can't remember this thing they used to do at. Loose Cannon used to host in Yaba and one like hip hop show.
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called. I
can't remember it. But I had gone for a show. I purchased the album before then. Maybe they're selling, let's say, 1K. I purchased like maybe 5K or something. Just to support. I didn't tell him like to support you, but all those kind of things. If I go for shows like that, I just like to stay in like the court and just observe what's going on, and I try to support as much as I can. So like he didn't like I didn't tell him that because he didn't really need to know that, but I bought the Infiltration album, we bought it. So it wasn't like we had, and all these albums, we actually buy them. I make it my own personal listing to buy like 2-3 copies. Every time I see a Nigerian album in traffic, instead of buying one, I buy like 2 or 3. And just keep, like, I have a Ghana go back full of CDs. Like, before I didn't buy Nigerian albums, but when we started reviewing this thing, I just thought, let me support these guys. Since we are going to be talking smack about them, might as well. So as well buy and support this guy.
I always wonder, like, because a lot of times you talk to people who are creative, and you hear people who say, someone tried to push me in a different direction and told me that I shouldn't become a rapper, or I shouldn't become a singer because I suck. Yeah. Now, I know some people just don't see the vision. I get that, because some people really are talented and you just need people to believe in them and to hone their skills. But then what about the cases whereby you have people who genuinely, maybe singing or rapping is not their forte, and maybe production is what they should be good in. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, so I don't know, like, I feel like it's just going back to your comments about how sometimes Nigerian artists, and not just even Nigerian artists.
Yeah, I think, yes, creatives in general. I was not even creatives, like, anybody in general. If you have a passion for something and someone tells you this is not what you're supposed to be doing, you be like, this person doesn't support my dreams, or this person doesn't know, or so it's two things. You can either take that and improve upon it. Like if they say you're not a good rapper, you can be like, okay, this guy says I'm not a good rapper, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Then you improve, or this guy says I'm not a good rapper. Well, that's it, I'm not a good rapper. Let me go and start production. So so it's one of those two things.
Yeah. What about Ice Prince? Well, obviously the review for. I mean, I remember reading Eli, and some of your comments were like, kind of like me, but I think overall it was okay. The Ice Prince comment, did he reach out to you guys and say?
No, I don't. But I'm pretty sure about all these guys read these things. Because there are a few of these guys I've met, and they'll be like, oh, it's you. Like the ones that have, like, let me say, the ones that can take criticism, you guys, what you did not fair, or why can you say this? And some guys be like, now you you the fun bad guy, you get, in the end, it's all love. Like, we're trying to say, do better, let's enjoy this Nigerian music thing together. So in the end, it's all love. There's nothing, the review is not coming from a malicious place. I don't think I've ever, like, said, okay, I hate this guy, let me just say his music is trash. Because other people really need to know that this thing I think is trash is not trash. You get so like, and I tend to like call myself on me giving good music judgment. I know it sounds like corny, but like I've always been that guy that will be like, this song will blow, and if it blows, I'll be like, yeah, I told you so. That kind of thing. So that's the kind of person like I am. Like I enjoy talking about music in general. I enjoy debating about it. So like I want to be that guy, but this song, let's give this guy, let's hear what he has to say about it. And if I say, okay, do this, and someone does it, and it turns out good, then I'm like, you see, I told you so.
And to be fair to you and Show, like I read some of the reviews back in the days, and sometimes you would even give them a higher ranking, and people would call you out and say this.
Yes, I'd be like, and I'll be like, you guys didn't really hear what we hear. Do you get it? It's not, it's subjective in the end. If two of us say it's whack and 10 other people say it's good, then go with the 10 other people. Don't dwell on two of us. Just because two of us have an opinion. You don't need to hold it and say these guys don't like my music. So in the end, it's all love anyway.
Yeah. But what were some of your favorite Nigerian music albums that you reviewed?
Funny enough, mixed. I think my favorite ones were kind of like mixes of unknown guys. Like we did a Blink.
Yeah, African, is it African American?
Yes, African American, and Blink had or still has a lot of potential. I think the whole him trying to water down his lyrics got to him. There was quite a few. There was I can't remember.
I remember. I think you did Nova Kills, right? I think you did Nova.
Yes.
Nova Kills.
Nova Kills guy. We did T-Clef. T-Clef is amazing. Like a lot of people like. You guys, because of you, I listened to that guy's album. I love it. You guys, so T-Clef was amazing. A lot of guys, mostly the mixtapes. Because they've been good Nigerian albums too, but I just can't really remember because they don't really put out good stuff in general. A few exceptions.
Okay. There was a time that you also used to have guest critics on the platform.
Yes.
Yeah. What led to what led you and Show to make that decision? Because I mean, like I saw some comments on Twitter saying that the guests did not deserve to be there, blah blah blah.
Two things.
Yeah.
Okay, finished.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Two things. We were just trying to broaden, like, trying to people that already had like a music following.
Yeah.
So if it was Osags or different people, like people that just had like that music followers that could be like, okay, I'm on this stuff. You get, so it wasn't like any, and it didn't really have to be. I don't know how to, but it didn't really have to be like this person doesn't know about music, or if because the way the review this thing is, it's just two people coming together talking about music. So I could have had my gate man there if my gate man knew. You get, if my gate man knew the album we're reviewing and I wanted to talk about it, fine. Like, want to hear his own opinion. I'm not saying like the go-to guys for music. Just want to talk about music. That was all.
Now, what significant importance do you think, or do you believe that music critics play in the industry?
Number one, like we tried. In terms of let me say we were like gatekeepers in a way. We put these guys on their toes. Like before SYBT came, I don't know. People should correct me if I'm wrong, but there was nobody doing it like us in terms of that in your face. This song is whack. You get like, or this song is trash. Like there's no need songs should have come out. I don't think there were people like that. It was just the whole paragraph by paragraph review where people would just be like, okay, blah blah blah. Here's 3/5, 4/5. We started the whole we do 1/5, 2/5. So like, if you knew that there were people like that, like you wouldn't want to. If you go to the studio and you say something you wouldn't say normally, like let's say that Tongolo, and you be like, okay, there's some guys that will say this Tongolo. What does it mean? Let's see another thing here. So we're kind of like, we basically keep the guys on their toes. That's it.
And what would you say is the difficult part of being a music critic?
Right now, I think the form is dying. The music criticism form is dying because the way music is consumed now is different. Like you get music now, and you can just go on Twitter and say what you like. You get, and you can just you can literally start your own music criticism platform on Twitter. You get, and everybody will, if you are good enough, everybody will follow you. So like and people don't really read like that again. I think everything is moving to like videos, or I don't know. I think everything moves like videos and podcasts and stuff like that. So people don't really read it as much as it used to because the way music is consumed is different, and the way music is talked about now is different. So before people could like, if let's say a Two-Face album came out, there was no Spotify, no iTunes wasn't really there was no Apple Music, no Spotify, no Deezer, none of those platforms. So you'd wait for maybe us to buy the music, talk about it. But now you can, if you have Spotify, or YouTube, you can just go to YouTube, listen to the song yourself and form your own opinion.
Yeah. And just to go back to what you said about, you said you can have your gate man come and talk about the album if the gate man likes. But at the same time, don't you think that there are certain qualities or characteristics or traits or qualifications, that's my word I'm looking for.
If you are taking it serious, like if you're into music journalism, fine, like you have to have, like if I want to read your review, like I have to be like, who's this guy? What has he done? But ours wasn't like a music journalism platform. It was just two guys that knew about that. We knew like all this stuff. So it wasn't, our platform wasn't like a serious platform. It was like, come, chill, you get laugh. And at the end, take home what you have to take home about the album. If we say it's good and you think it's good, it's fine. If we say it's work and you don't agree, then it's fine. So ours wasn't like the serious, yes, the paragraph must start with who said what, which year, so it was unorthodox.
It was definitely unorthodox. It was very different. You just jump right in, like try one thing,
Yeah, we say it as we say.
Yeah, that's true. point you delved into artist management, right?
Yes, I did.
Now, what was that experience like for you? Why did you stop? Or I don't know if you're still in it. Can you talk about that?
It was because I enjoy music and because I think, like, I know, okay, nobody in the end knows, like, maybe what people want to hear, but you at least, like, have a sense of what good music should sound like. To be honest, it wasn't challenging because I kind of knew, like, the Nigerian terrain. I kind of knew, like, what I was getting myself into. But the artist that time, his name was Omotayo.
Okay.
He was a very good singer, very talented guy, like, and he wasn't going to, and when we had the meeting, we already came to the conclusion that we were going to conform. Let me use conform. I was going to conform to the whole Nigerian music stuff. So we were going to stick to putting out good music in quotes, because music related to that. So we're like, okay, we're going to do this, that, and it was going great. But I think he wanted, like, faster. He wanted progress. Like, he wanted to accelerate the progress. And I'm like, music is not supposed to be done that way. You have to go through certain, like, processes to get to where you're going. Like, he still wanted to do the good music, but just wanted to be like, man, I need this single to blow. Like, you get, it's not just, if you're a singer, sing. Like, I don't think it's that hard for me. Like, and to me it was going to be a very easy stuff, because I'm like, if you're a singer, just sing. People will know you sing. You get, if people know you sing, they will call you to come and be like, okay, this guy, if they mention like top 10 or top 20 singers in Nigeria and your name is not there, then you are not doing it right. So if you're a singer, it's Instagram, just sing. But we're like, no, I can't be doing all these things. It's for upcoming artists. It's for, and we had like this argument over like what percentage I'm supposed to collect, which was fine to me, because I spent money from my own pocket, and because I just had that belief.
In the person.
This guy is it. Like, I literally like was going to be like, I wanted to make him like an Ed Sheeran, and I believed I could, and I believe I can still like make anybody. Like, if the person has the right talent, I believe I can like make an artist blow in quotes. But he was just in a hurry, and I don't blame him. He had like wife and kids. I mean, I'm just like a chilling guy. I'm like,
priorities. So
yeah, priorities. I don't really blame. Like, he wanted the money to be coming in, and I'm like, no, you can't jump. There's some things in music you can't jump.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
Like, if they interview you, you have to be ready. Like, so let's go through this, watch this, do that thing. But I was like, oh, in the end, we separated anyway. Wish him the best.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a lot of lessons to be learned from what you said, actually, because a lot of artists in Nigeria, not just in Nigeria, outside the world, but just we're in Nigeria. So let's talk about Nigeria. You are in Nigeria. Don't really understand that creating a good product, which is you as an individual and as an artist and as a brand, it takes time.
It takes time.
Even if you're Jay-Z, like Jay-Z started from somewhere.
It takes time. Look, people think Ed Sheeran just came with maybe the last 2 albums. But Ed Sheeran has like maybe 5-6 mixtapes. Yeah. You get like mixtape that you might not have heard about. Like, he has done like a collaboration stuff with like a lot of UK rappers. He has like 3 EPs. Stormzy has been grinding things. God knows when on YouTube. You get, so you have to build a cult following. Like, you have to build a following. 100 people will become 200, will become 300, will become 400, and these are what you call your fans. These are the guys that are going to buy your music.
Yeah.
Like, these are the guys that if you've given them enough free music and you say my album is 2,000 naira, they won't hesitate, because they know what you are doing is quality stuff. So they will bring it out of their pockets to pay. But I don't really blame them, because the way the industry is, anybody can get lucky.
Yeah.
So,
but even with the luck, Tunde, like, again, just even if you're lucky, you're looking at longevity, not just instant success.
Yeah, people in this era of Instagram, and people don't look at, let me eat, I need to eat. So nobody looks at longevity or nobody wants to be Two-Face again. Everybody wants to be like a whiskey. Let me just blow by my Ferrari. I have one single, chilling Lekki.
Is that what's gonna like pay you from 20 years down the line?
Some people, that's
want.
All they want. Yes, but me, I'm like, you can't do it like this. It's not, music is not, you can't rush it. You can't rush the process. Maybe the people that blow, maybe it's one in 20, and everybody just takes that 1 in 20 and be like, maybe this guy did it. Oh, it's not done like, it's not done that.
And also, like, you face the challenge of artists who don't even want to put in the work that is required to become successful. You know, go ahead.
Yes, I'm like, it's difficult and the Nigerian factor has eaten deep into everything. Radio, blogs. You submit your songs to blog, they say you come and pay money. I'm like, pay money to put it on your. You get like those things are ridiculous sometimes. Okay, I understand radio is done worldwide. They do it in form of like packaging. They'll be like, okay, bring this in for this package. And I'm okay, if you have the money, do it. I'm not against it. Like, if you think you're talented enough and you have the money and you think if people hear you, to buy into your music, then do it. Like, it was not yesterday or day before yesterday. On Twitter, someone was like, was doing a show. I don't want to mention the people, but they're like, these artists have to pay to perform.
Oh, I think I read that somewhere.
Like, for what? Like, what in the hell? Like, how do people even come up with that? How can you say an artist to pay to perform on your show? Like, I don't care what you did, but like, the Hajj, the Mirage, OAPs are coming. I'm like, that's on you. That's what you chose to do. You chose to spend your money that way. You don't have to put the burden on upcoming artists that don't have any money. And I'm sure a lot of people will be pressured into doing that because they heard that artists are coming and all. It's ridiculous sometimes. But.
I'm just a huge believer in, if I have a platform, right? I'm not going to charge an artist to come and be on my. It just, to me, does not make any sense. Like I can charge an advertiser or someone who's into advertising. That's different. Charging for ads, that's totally different.
Yes, that's different.
Exactly.
Yes,
but for me to now start saying I should charge, an art again, that may be like naive from a business perspective, but for me, I just feel like when it comes to artists, like that's a line that I would never cross. I feel like
it's not done anyway. It's only in Nigeria that it's done. Like, pay me on to put me on your blog or pay me to perform. When you're not, are you Coachella? Coachella, all these music festivals that you're not telling them to come and pay to perform. And the thing about all this pay to perform, even if all these OAPs are there or people are there, these people will be on their phones till the main act comes up. You get it? They'll just be like, okay, I'm about just to go a bit, make Mr. Easy come play. Do you get that kind of thing? So, for a lot of people won't look at it like they'll be like, they just want that for them. They're like, they always look for that one opportunity. Like, they think if I perform for free at maybe AY Live, or if I perform for free at maybe all this comedian that maybe somebody hear me and find me. That's the mentality most of them always have when it comes to like performing. When it comes to like, so that's why they're always hustling. They hustle to trick themselves in one performance or the other, because they believe if I'm talented enough, or if they like this one song, one person in the crowd will be like, oh, come, let me sign you to my record label. But it's not done that way. You have to grind, man.
What is your take on OAPs? People who say that OAPs they have quite some level of power, and it just seems like OAPs in Nigeria don't even have an ear for music. A lot of them don't have any passion.
Let me not enter this OAPs too much. But they are quite. Let's celebrate the ones. There are quite a few of them that are doing like a good job now. Like quite a few of them coming up with their own platform for upcoming artists. But generally, these people don't even know their music. They are just the OAPs are just there as stars. They just want let me be an OAP. Let me put pictures on Instagram. Let me snap photos with celeb. They don't know their music. They don't know who is. They just dump the music on them. Hey, the librarian just says, hey, take this, play it from beginning to end. And in a way, it's not really their fault because there's a music program ahead. If the way radio works too is different. Like, people want to hear their hits or the songs. So, but I think there should be like dedicated shows which is what most of them really lack. Like dedicated shows for upcoming artists, that kind of thing. Maybe from 6 to 7, we are playing these guys that nobody has really heard about.
Yeah.
And some more people are doing that now,
Yeah.
which is puts one. And if they give you, let's say you're going to play, they give you 30 songs to play, and you really like one guy, and like, this guy is really good.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me as an honest personality, there's no way you can. If you put it in every day, and I drive to work, let's say 7 to 9, and I hear that song every day, and this guy is good, I'm like, do you get that kind of thing? I'll be like, okay, who is this guy? Who is this guy? But no, if they give them, if people that pay them, they will pay, they will play.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. But there are quite a few, as in a lot of guys that have started saying like, let's be, because you can never set yourself apart from the rest if that's what you do.
Yeah.
So a lot of them have started trying out.
Yeah.
So.
For me, at the same time, it's like you hear like some people say, "Oh, this artist came up and the person's not ignoring me." Well, clearly, because when they were trying to,
and there was one day I tweeted that there's no single OAP or DJ in Nigeria that can say I was one that I broke this artist, and it should be. I don't know how they think, but it was me. Like the way maybe because that's how I've always been. I'd like to say I told you about this artist first. Like you get that, I have like fun, banter, and all this kind of things. So like those case in point, let me like John Bellum. When I first heard his music, I stood about it every single day, and I'm like, in 2015, this guy's going to blow. And truly, in 2015, this guy blew. So I had to go and dig for my tweet. I'm like, yes, that kind of thing. Yeah. So that kind of thing, if you're a music person, that kind of thing should give you joy. I'm not broke, Mr. Easy. I'm not broke, Lucy. But no, like, you can't associate any OAP or DJ to any
artist. Which one did you find more difficult? Being a music critic or managing an artist? Which one did you find more challenging?
Managing an artist, because what I learned was that everybody's different. Yeah, not everybody's going to go at your own pace. So the individual, like, are trying to say do this, do that. She might have different. You might have like what she wants in his mind. So music, as in music management, is challenging, but I would still really, 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 really love to go back to music management if I find like a good.
Yeah. Now, before we get to how you transition from SYBT to JLM, I wanted to ask you, if you have the opportunity to A&R 3 artists, their records, which artists would you want to A&R with their, I know not own records, their albums, which artists would you like to A&R for?
Mode 9, even though I've got I think Mode 9 failed, in quotes, failed Nigerian rap music. Like he could have been the person to like take Nigerian rap to like the world at large, because he's that good. Mode 9 is somebody. If somebody says Mode 9 is my top 10 rapper ever, like American or that, then I wouldn't argue with the person, right? Because the person will say he said this, he said that, and his points would be very valid. So Mode 9 was that guy that could have taken Nigerian rap to mainstream. But
what happened? What do you think happened that made him?
Beats, number one. She's like the Nas of Nigeria, because everybody says Nas speaks bad beats. Yeah, good. In fact, talented lyricists. You can't question their pen game for nothing. Yeah. But the beats, some beats can just make you sleep. So like, I pick good beats for him. I think a lot of people say it's cocky. I don't know. I guess if you've been number one for a long time, you don't know, it's like you can't help but to be cocky. But that's a story for another. So I think 9.
Okay.
Any I really, really want to like manage a female rapper. So I'd say like a female. I say Eva.
Eva Lodia.
Yes.
Yeah. And why?
She has. I don't know. The female rap game space is just empty. Sorry for using the word female. But it's just empty. The space is too wide. And I think she has the lyrics. I don't know. She has the personality, but her music, something is just missing in her music.
What do you think that is missing in her music? Because I mean, you hear the argument about people feel like sometimes Eva, maybe her delivery is too quote unquote American.
American, yes.
Right? That
I don't think so. If you can watch American movies and understand, then you can hear rapper on. If you can hear Yankee rapper on, that's not the same.
But you know the argument that people always say, like, this person,
you
never go to America, so how do you have American accent to your rap?
Boys, it's very, very sweet American accent. I won't lie to you. Especially when you're rapping, because that's 90% of what you hear.
Yeah, but
like,
when they look at tribesmen now. Again, I love you guys. You
I get the Olamides, I get the Emmas, I get the Reminiscences, I get all those guys.
Yeah.
But you can't really help what influences you. You get so if you've been influenced by this type of rap and you feel you can't do pidgin rap or that kind of, then
you can't force it.
So I feel something is missing in my music. I'd say maybe her beats too, or maybe she projects herself sometimes. I think she doesn't rap enough. She's
a really talented makeup artist.
Yeah. So I think like a lot of stuff takes her time. So that's it.
Okay, so Eva, and then before you go on, but Kels used to be, Kels was also a rapper.
Yes.
Although now she's not she's now what's it called?
Yeah, I think she's like a TV person. Yeah. I think she still does once in a while. The thing about music, if I can't remember where I read it, that you have to treat music like an occupation. If you don't, there's no how we can. So if you have your mind split on two things, you really won't concentrate on the music and to tell. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah.
And in this generation now that people you're hot for 1 minute, the next person comes and takes over.
So you can't even sleep. Look at Cardi B, for example. Like when my man and Nicki were arguing about who's better, who's not. Cardi B just came creeping in slowly, using her social media, being hilarious, being who she is, and she's not like the best rapper, and she's not even like top 100 lyricist, but make a good song and be relevant. Right now she's number one. I would say she's number one. I would say like what's helping Nicki is just maybe her personality and her brand. But right now, Cardi B is like number one female rapper in the US. And
Cardi B, I feel like to me, she's the kind of artist that again, Tunde, like it's about she's honing her sound every day. She's growing.
Yes, she's growing. Yes, so like her first mixtape. Like her second one, she improved. This is a new single.
Bodak Yellow.
Yes, banging, man.
Exactly.
Like you can't listen to that and not like it. Like, yes.
I said it to my friend and she was like, "This is crap." I'm like, "Wait, what? Are you hearing what I'm hearing?"
I wouldn't even not care when I say this is crap. But when there's some song that you listen to first time like this is crap.
Yeah.
Then you share it on like really good speakers or you hear it in the club and they're like, "Oh, did I just say the song was crap? I'm sorry."
Shout out to Cardi B. Yeah, okay. So you said Eva Modena. Who's the last person?
A pop star. I don't know. I'd say maybe I don't know which pop star, but I definitely like to a pop star. A pop act, but I can't really say him.
Okay. Alright, cool. No wahala. Now, can you talk about what inspired the transition from SYBT to Just Like Music?
Two things. Number one, I wanted to start curating stuff like newer guys. I wanted to didn't want to focus on music review alone. I wanted to do like a go-to music place. Like you come there, you're still getting the same SYBT flavor or being a good place for music for newer guys. You get like you come there and be like, okay, who is this guy I heard on radio that nobody has? Then you go to Just Like Music and you see him there and you're like, okay, this guy is dope, and want to just like be basically like a music curating site for music.
Okay.
So and like I said earlier, the whole music review stuff, nobody really reads them as much as they used to again. Everybody is pretty much forming their own opinion.
What is it that makes JLM different from other Nigerian music platforms?
The music on it, I personally won't just post anything. Yes, you wouldn't see, but I feel like we can't even compete with those guys when it comes to maybe like posting like Fino, Olamide. Right. So if you want all those guys, go to Not Just Okay. But if you want a site where you go to the music section and they say, listen to this, listen to this, listen to this, and you, without even saying, like, let me even read what they're about, you just download everything, you know that these guys know my kind of music, that kind of thing. Like, you go there and you know that everything on this site is top notch, quality, pristine music.
So you would say that JLM you differentiate yourself as being quality music tastemakers, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. You and Show have any plans for expanding the platform?
Yes, we do. We are working on, like, I started like a music should I say, music review. Like, I tell you songs to listen to, like songs that I think that are going to be popping in few months or years or whatever. And, pretty much tell you what to listen to and what not to listen to for the week. So it's called Hear No Evil. It's a YouTube series. I use a lot of GIFs and pictures to pass the points across. So it still has that SYBT flavor.
Yeah.
That, not too serious. Don't take yourself too serious flavor. So, we're also thinking of working on the podcast.
Okay, nice. That'll be cool. Oh my God, I can't even imagine. Oh my God.
I also want to do video, review series, just the whole media stuff.
That would be super, super fun.
So there are plans for taking it.
Yeah, for expanding, And then how do you also plan to monetize the platform? Like we talked about how you don't want to charge artists to be featured clearly. So how do you go about from that business perspective?
Business model with basically advertisements. So if we get enough traction and these guys know that these guys steady have 10K views and it's 10K not bot views, or they have 10K to bring their stuff to the site. Or the video, so advertisements.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, cool. Now, how would you rate the influence of Nigerian music within the continent and the world, actually?
Nigerian music, if they can't, how should I put this? They can't, let me just say, they can't F with us. We are, we're the talent is undeniable.
I want this.
Yes, that's so, there's nothing anybody can do. And I think, but what I'm afraid of is if we are not careful, they are going to own our stand for us.
I think I remember seeing that a while back, someone saying that. I can't remember who the person was tweeting about. I think maybe someone retweeted it onto my timeline about how we have to be careful of owning our own sound and not letting people exploit that.
Sound. And among the term Afrobeats, which I'm comfortable with now, they dumped it on us. You get what? All these foreign media dumped it on the Afrobeats.
Yeah.
I've come to accept it. Some people
I'm still struggling.
I have come to accept the pom-pom sound as Afrobeats. So I call it Afrobeats now. So those kind of things, and our sound is influencing. If you hear "You Are Unforgettable," look at that's the Nigerian sound. There's nothing anybody can say. That was Marion is doing it. A couple of guys are doing it.
Yeah.
So our sound is undeniable. It is.
Now, what Nigerian producers and artists are you presently into, and why would you say we should be on the lookout for them? Can you give us 3 producers and artists that you are into, and why people should actually keep an eye out for them?
Producers, there's this guy that produced what's that name? Show Them Camp.
Who, Icon?
I can't remember. No, not Icon. This new Palm Wine music. I think it's Sax or
Spanx.
Spanx, yes,
Okay.
Spanx, yes, that guy.
Spanx,
yes, his production is crazy.
Yeah.
There's my favorite producer, but I don't know if he still produces. His name is Sugar King. So I think
yes, I think he's into photography now. I think so.
Sometimes I just shake my head at Nigeria for killing so many
dreams.
This guy is going to, if it was in a Yankee or something, he would be a Kanye West or a Just Blaze by now. Yeah, that's how I see the guy. Then there's Kid Connect. And Kid Connect talent is undeniable.
I think that's we already know that one.
There's no, in fact, I can't say his praises enough. Then these SoundCloud guys, Odosi, Genio, yes, on the engine, all this Genio Bambino, they do their own production themselves. They have this small, should I say, cult group those guys are amazing as well.
Yeah, they are definitely. And what about? Go ahead. What? Yeah. The artists.
Then artists, yes, I'd say I know they don't like the label SoundCloud guys, but those guys are talented. These guys are talented, and there's this argument that they don't make Nigerian music. And yes, that should be so. They shouldn't make Nigerian music because the crowd that consumes them is different.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you want Nigerian music, go and listen to Whiskey, go and listen to Davido. These guys are making music for the botty people that don't want to go.
But see, these so-called quote-unquote SoundCloud artists, which I actually just call them artists. I mean, I feel like I discovered them on SoundCloud. I don't think they're making necessarily. I mean, I get that they're making botty. Okay, so for people who are wondering what botty music, that means like people who are too bougie and too tush.
Yes.
So that's a Nigerian slang for assorted, bougie people. But I don't feel like they necessarily make strictly bougie music. I feel like you can hear the influences of different sounds.
Yes, you can. But like people just say like that music is just for 1,000 people. It's not for that they can't break videos. You get like, but these guys give them 3-4 years.
Yeah, that's my point.
This is the sound. This is the sound we're going to be hearing.
Yeah.
Look at what's his name? This guy. I'm trying to remember this guy now. His song has been playing. His song is playing in my head, but I can't remember. When I remember, I'll let you know.
Where's the artist? Is the artist? It's not Teiwa, right?
No, it's not Tay, but he has a really popular song. I can't really remember that song.
Okay.
But he's like part of them. I think Teiwa produced part of it. His EP.
Okay.
No, so Amadi, yes.
Okay, no, so okay, yeah.
There's this song he had that he released like maybe 2-3 years ago, and the song is just popping now.
No, right. I remember T.Y. telling me that, he believes in that as well. Like, make a good record. Even it may, like, so talking about Sound Sultan, how Sound Sultan, did the Natural Something, and eventually popped into, 2 years later.
Yeah, sometimes music just has that time and place, this thing. Like, if you don't drop it in the right there, and might just be one person that will just be like, oh, I like this music, and somebody else will say that, somebody else will say something. You get so.
And what about artists exploiting their songs being licensed to be used on TV shows and music? I feel like, why do Nigerian artists usually exploit that as well?
It boils down to the fact of doing your homework.
Yeah.
You getting your publishing right, all those things, but they don't really care about that. All they want is that performance endorsement money, most of them. You get, so they are just comfortable with, let me have this song that blows, so they can come for performance and pay me 200K to 1 million. You get, because they believe that once December comes, let's say they would have calculated like, okay, now I drop this song in December, I have 5 shoes. These 5 shoes, I'll get 200K for one. That's 1 million. You get, they calculate everything in short term. They don't look at, let me have this one mad song that plays on, let's say, Ballers. I'm using Ballers because this kid's song just plays on Ballers. Let me have this one mad song that plays on Ballers, or like a Disney where they will just kill you. You get, and I'll just be getting my check in my mail, but they don't. They just look at that. Let Glow sign it for 1 million. Let me buy a car. Let me have one song that plays on radio and it can come in to perform every December. So that's all. That's how most of them. That's how most of them look.
Oh, well, before I let you go, we're wrapping it up very soon, but clearly it's evident the era of people who willingly pay for music is going away. What do you think because I feel like Nigeria, I think people hardly even pay for music. Like you said, they give it to the blogs, but now I feel like artists, you see that people, they release the record.
Don't put up their music.
Yeah, they say go to iTunes. So what do you have to say about that?
It's a good thing. People should pay for music. I don't want to cough under my breath because I've been planning to legal download like a little boy. Like people should pay for music. If you like something, like these guys putting their blood, sweat, and tears into it, as you get, and it's not easy. Like it's really, really not easy. One song can cost like maybe 500K sometimes. You get, so like people should pay for these guys, and people have started doing it. There's a lot of platforms. I think MTN Online pays a lot too, like MTN Online, your Spotify, and even though those ones don't really pay if you don't have.
Yeah, because I was about to say that. I was about to say the other argument is that it's great that we have all these different platforms. Apart from Apple, who pays artists more than say Spotify. People, a lot of artists don't get a lot of money from the streaming.
It's really difficult. That's like a business model because Nigeria is such a peculiar country. Like the radio and TV and all this stuff is still needed. Even though it will fade away eventually, but it hasn't gotten to that part where in like more advanced countries has gotten to that the way the way it is in like a Yankee now, music blows on the internet before it gets to radio. Like before it gets to like a Hot 97, like the internet would have been hyping it. The Hot 97 will now pick it up and be like, oh, okay, this guy's hot. But that's not really the case in Nigeria because of the complex poverty line and all that other complex stuff Nigeria has. A lot of people still listen to radio. A lot of people still don't have money to download. Data is still expensive to some people. But we will get there eventually. I think sites like there's this MTN stuff that you can just pay, but I think you use maybe your credit to buy it, or then there's I can't remember these guys now.
Boom Player.
There's Boom Player. There are quite a few people. So we'll eventually one day, might not be now, but eventually we'll get to that. We'll get to that point.
Because my issue is that American artists already complain about how about Spotify and how streaming.
Yeah, all this. It sucks for everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody really saw it coming. Nobody like really planned for it. Everybody was like, oh, it's Napster, MP3. Then for all of a sudden, music streaming came out, and those guys, their pay is really, really, really shitty. That's why you have to be a complete artist. You have to be the complete package. So you make money from
different avenues,
endorsements, merchandising. And I like the way Davido and his team are doing it now. Like a lot of people are started doing merch. Publicity doing merch, and people are buying it. Davido is doing it. People are so like to be a complete artist, you have to like different avenues to go on tour, sell your stuff, sell your CDs at prices you won't normally sell them, and all those little things. Before you know it, to become like to add up and become like a superstar.
Yeah. Well, I could go on and on and on with you, but let me quickly get to the fun random questions portion of the interview because I know that we gotta go. But okay, favorite basketball teams. I know you like basketball. Who's your favorite team?
I don't have a team. I'm more of like a player. I follow players.
Oh, I see.
So wherever a player like goes, I go. But I used to really, really like Sacramento Kings.
Oh,
where the Sacramento Kings, these Chris Webber, Jason Williams, ones that give Lakers a tough time. Because I know you're a Lakers fan.
Lakers for life. I get the whole following player thingy. I do follow players, but at the same time, I feel like for me, it's like I'm just gonna always be a Lakers fan. I mean, I know we're struggling right now, not too well, but
Lakers are going to come up because of
LeBron.
Yeah.
Okay. So no. Okay. Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite basketball player?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Okay. Michael Jordan. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, Michael said that if he has to choose between Kobe and LeBron, he would pick Kobe because 5 is better than 3. Just putting that out there.
I'm not going to lie. Like I'm doing it. I used to really, really dislike Kobe, but when he retired, I went into my deep thinking phase, and I'm like. Kobe's actually really, really great, like greater than I give it also. There's Michael Jordan, there's Kobe, and there's LeBron. That order for me.
Because Mamba, I feel like a lot of haters actually began to see that the beauty and the awesomeness of Kobe when he was.
You hate players when they trash your team.
Yeah.
And so I just hated him because he used to beat Sacramento, he did it so cold, he was so cold blooded about it.
Seriously.
And Kobe was that kind of Mamba exactly.
Yeah.
It was killer, come into court, get the job done by any means necessary.
And go out.
Don't smile with nobody and go out.
Yeah, okay.
I get to sing Kobe's praises. I don't like it.
No, see, I would be a disloyal fan if I didn't be. So let's not let Sacramento. Remember Sacramento, Kobe. He used to whooping people's tushes and I mean, I'm a Sacramento fan. My second favorite team is San Antonio. So I've never been a Kings fan. I've never. I like Chris Webber. I do, but anywho, it's fine. Kobe for president. Moving on to if you had to pick 3 rap albums to listen to for the rest of your life, which albums would you pick?
Without a doubt, number 1, Biggie's Life After Death.
Okay.
Because that is a complete rap album to me. And it was Biggie's peak.
Okay.
He had everything you were looking for in a rap album. He had the lyrics for the women. He had the really good stuff.
Okay.
He had the party stuff. It was complete. Then number 2, my daddy Jay-Z's Blueprint. I feel like that album, I don't have to explain it. That album is is phenomenal. Like that album, maybe because of the way I consumed it when I did. Like I used to go because let me quick story. My dad used to allow me around that time. My dad didn't like me listening to music because he thought I wasn't, because that was part of the reason I wasn't doing well in school. So when I bought that album, I had to go and hide in the toilet to my earphones to sit down inside and listen to it, and I just played like from beginning to end, like 3 hours like that, and it just stuck. And the way Jay-Z makes like lyrics easy, you think this guy just said something, and when you go back and listen to it, you're like, this guy said this. So,
have you checked out the 444 album?
Yes. I'd say it's going to be a classic because it's relevant with these times. Like, and what Jay-Z is supposed to be saying at this time, like what's going through the infidelity, black power, black empowerment, people empowerment. So like it's a really, really good album. I think it's definitely my top 5 Jay-Z albums.
Yeah. I would say he's a perfect example of how an artist matures with their sound and how they progress. He's not singing about having, bitches.
I can't even do that now because and Jay-Z just makes it believable. Like when he came out with Reasonable Doubt, he was a thug. Yeah. When he started singing Blueprints, he was becoming like the button-up guy. And when he started singing this, it was like, I own this, I own Belvedere, like I own all this. So now I'm a daddy, I can't really curse too much. I feel up if you try me. You get like those kind of things, like I cheated, but I'm sorry. You guys should police stop killing us. You can see the growth in his music.
Third album.
John Bellion.
Which of his albums?
I'd say his Definition album or mixtape, I like to call it.
Yeah. Why?
Man, if you go to YouTube and see how that guy creates music,
he's dope,
like you're going to fall in love. You can't help it. And I don't know why some people don't feel him. Do you get there's some artists you listen to and like you think everybody will like it. So when some people say they don't like it, you're like, is there wax in your ear?
Right.
Because like, how can you not like
John Bellion?
I like John Bellion, but I guess switches.
If you had to pick between Afrobeat, High Life, Juju, or Fuji, which one would you pick?
Afrobeat.
Why?
Man, Fela Kuti for
that, right?
Yes. His influence, that's gone beyond borders.
Yeah.
So, and that's why we have Afrobeat.
Right.
It's one of his many grandchildren.
Yeah.
So Afrobeat definitely.
Okay. And for those who don't know, actually yesterday was Bella's 20-year anniversary. Commemorizing that word is like so hard to say, his death. So shout out to Fela for being relevant from now till Jesus comes back.
I don't understand how someone could be like such like a fortune teller. How should I say it? Like what he spoke about is still happening. So it's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And they can never be anyone like him.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Bentley or Range Rover?
A Range.
Okay, yay. That's cool.
Bentley is too flat. Both of them are flashy cars, but Bentley is too flashy. If I drive a Bentley on the streets of Nigeria, I'm not going to get myself into a problem because I just say, Baba, I'll help your boys. Like you can't park a Bentley anywhere and 20,000 people will not come to you and say, find something for your boys. I just essentially go with a range that can blend in.
Now, what genre of music would people be surprised to know that you enjoy?
Alternative rock.
I
mean, huge alternative. Not huge, but like I like alternative rock. All them Blink 182.
Yeah.
All those guys. Like I used to consume them a lot. So like alternative rock and small folk music, like Mumford and Sons and Co.
That's cool. How did you feel about not like how do you feel? I feel like a lot of music fans were sad about Chester Bennington.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because I clearly remember that Jay-Z
mix mashup.
Yes. There was no club you would go that you were like, what the hell? You're like, oh, you know better than her, like that. No man, it was heartbreaking. I feel like it was part of a lot of people's struggle because around that time
youth that you already know, and you listen to their song and you're like, these guys relate.
May his soul rest in peace. That's, so sad. Now, what quote or saying do people say that you just think is complete bullshit?
I can't think of any now.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure there are lots.
Yeah.
Because I'm very anti-quotes. if it's not a rap quote, I'm very anti-quotes. Because I can people just make up
Seriously?
stuff. Yeah, you're like, really? Really?
I think I read something that made me put that as a question for you. I'm just like, what? I'm just, whatever. But okay. Now, final question is, what is the most interesting thing that you have read or seen this week?
I see a lot of stuff now because of Instagram. I can see like a lot of stuff. But let me see. Maybe one hip-hop article or... can it be like a series?
It can be anything. Just do whatever.
Okay, I'd say... There's one, I'm watching one Ozark series. Yeah, so that should be like the most interesting thing that happened to me this week, or read or seen this week, yeah.
What was the series?
Ozark. Ozark.
Oh, is it an American show or Nigerian?
Yes, yeah, Netflix show.
Oh, a Netflix and show. Okay, cool.
I don't, Nigerian, like let's not go there because that's another app. Nigerian shows, everything is it's very annoying. Another time. Discussion for another time.
Can I just say I am a huge Nigerian movie person. Like I don't watch it. I do. Yeah.
No, it's not bad. Yeah. But my main issue with them that there's no iconic Nigerian movie. You know the way you can see. Let me laugh.
Okay.
You know the way you can see Nicki Minaj, yalla, and you're like, this is Kill Bill.
Uh-huh.
Or you see a Busta Rhymes, put your hands on my ass.
Yeah.
You're like, this comes to America.
Yeah.
There's no, they're great Nigerian movies, but there's no real iconic movie. That's my problem with them. But there are a lot of good movies that keep. I don't know, but
I would say before I don't want to go into a tangent because the episode is getting longer. But I would say there's Violated. That is an amazing Nigerian movie. There is Glamour Girls. What? Tunde, really? Those are iconic.
I guess so, Shabo. To me, let me
clarify, right? Okay. All right, cool. Now, before I wrap it up, for people who want to keep up with JLM and you as well, can you tell them what the website and social media information would be?
Just like music.ng. Like if you love SYBT, you love us on just like music.ng. Then I have like a music review series on YouTube. It's called Hear No Evil.
Okay.
So, because they love like Hear No Evil, so just type in Hear No Evil episode 1 or Hear No Evil episode 2.
Okay.
Take it to me.
Cool.
Then you can follow Just Like Music NG on Twitter, Just Like Music NG on Instagram.
Okay.
Then you can follow me if you just want random music about music.
Yeah.
And random stuff.
What is your social media handle? We didn't get that.
Who is Tunde on Instagram? Who is Tunde on Twitter?
Okay, so that's WHOISTUND. Okay, yeah. So that's who's Tunde. Cool. Well, Tunde, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was a real pleasure.
Yeah, same here. I really enjoyed it.
I'm glad. All right, everyone, that is the show. Thank you so much for listening. For more information about myself and the show, you can check out my website at www.shadenonconform.com. So that's www.shadenonconform.com. Pretty much my acronym on social media. I put it as my website. So yeah. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and stay up to date through iTunes, Stitcher Radio, SoundCloud, and Mixcloud. Whatever you like, we are available on all those different platforms. Till next week, everyone. Bye.
The SNC podcast is produced by Sade Anozie and Tomiwa Fawumi. To ensure you don't miss subsequent episodes, you can follow the show on its various social media handles at TheSNCPodcast. So that's TheSNCPodcast. And that name is universal across Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, Facebook, iTunes, and Mixcloud. Alternatively, you can follow me on Twitter at Shade Nonconform. Till next week, cheers.